He is the greatest tech innovator and entrepreneur in the world today, propelling revolutions in space exploration, electric vehicles, and renewable energy with his exceptional intellect and courage. His vision and determination make him a change maker in the world. Elon Musk's attraction to risk was a family trait. In that regard, he took after his maternal grandfather, Joshua Haldeman, a daredevil adventurer with strongly held opinions who was raised on a farm on the barren plains of central Canada. Joshua Haldeman's risk-taking eventually caught up with him. He was killed when a person he was teaching to fly hit a power line, causing the plane to flip and crash. His grandson Elon was 3 at the time. He knew that real adventures involve risk. He says, risk energized him. Haldeman imprinted that spirit onto one of his twin girls, Elon's mother, May. I know that I can take a risk as long as I'm prepared, she says. As a young student, she did well in science and math. She was also strikingly good-looking, tall and blue-eyed, with high cheekbones and sculpted chin. She began working at age 15 as a model, doing department store runway shows on Saturday mornings. At 7:30 on the morning of June 28, 1971, May Musk gave birth to an 8-pound, 8-ounce boy with a very large head. Elon cried a lot, ate a lot, and slept little. At one point May decided to just let him cry until he fell asleep. But she changed her mind after neighbors called the police. His mood switched rapidly when he wasn't crying. His mother says, he was really sweet. When he was 3, his mother decided that because he was so intellectually curious he should be in nursery school. It was a mistake. Elon had no friends, and by the time he was in 2nd grade he was tuning out. The teacher would come up to me and yell at me, but I would not really see or hear her. He says, his parents got called in to see the principal, who told them, we have reason to believe that Elon is retarded. He spent most of his time in a trance, not listening. One of his teachers explained, he looks out of the window all the time, and when I tell him to pay attention he says, the leaves are turning brown now? Arrow replied that Elon was right. The leaves were turning brown. The impasse was broken when his parents agreed that Elon's hearing should be tested. As if that might be the problem, they decided it was an ear problem, so they took my adenoids out. He says, that calmed down the school officials, but it did nothing to change his tendency to zone out and retreat into his own world when thinking. Ever since I was a kid, if I start to think about something hard, then all of my sensory systems turn off. He says, I can't see or hear or anything. I'm using my brain to compute, not for incoming information. The other kids would jump up and down and wave their arms in his face to see if they could summon back his attention, but it didn't work. It's best not to try to break through when he has that vacant stare. His mother says, one day when he was 5, one of his cousins was having a birthday party, but Elon was punished for getting into a fight and told to stay home. He was a very determined kid, and he decided to walk on his own to his cousin's house. The problem was that it was on the other side of Pretoria, a walk of almost 2 hours. Plus, he was too young to read the road signs. I kind of knew what the route looked like because I had seen it from a car, and I was determined to get there, so I just started walking. He says, he managed to arrive just as the party was ending. When his mother saw him coming down the road, she freaked out, fearing he would be punished again. He climbed a maple tree and refused to come down. Kimball remembers standing beneath the tree and staring at his older brother in awe. Has this fierce determination that blows your mind and was sometimes frightening, and still is. Unfortunately, when Elon was 8 years old, his parents divorced.